So this is 8-ounce fabric, correct?
8.2.
8.4.
Last time somebody was in here with a camera with NFL Sports when they were doing the Buck sales.
That's right. You guys made the big sale for the Buccaneer Stadium. Is that right?
Yeah.
What does North Sales next door say about that? They're probably a little pissed off. But you know, I mean, I'll tell you this, and this is not me sucking up, Mike. I asked 5 different people in the marina that I'm at,
Right.
who should I go to for, who should I go see for sales, and all of them said, come right here.
Yeah.
That's what they said. And I said that because he serves free beer in the Loft or something, and they said, no, it's because you get better sales at a better value. And I thought that's so cool. So it makes me feel better. So Tom, if I was going to change the sale material to this cool space age stuff, would that like triple my cost or make it worse or more than that?
Generally laminates are twice the price of
Okay. So the laminates in general, and I don't want to cross into a proprietary space, but are they, is it just plastic or Mylar or something? And
Mylar.
Is that carbon fiber or Kevlar? Or?
That's no, that's an aramid called Technora. The blue is actually just polyester. Same yarn that's in your sail. You know, it's a Dacron yarn, but it's extruded straight and bigger. And our laminate sails are quite a complicated product, but they're very good.
But
do a good job.
Do you fundamentally design them the same way, though? I mean, as far as the cutting the panel sizes?
No,
and
they're actually different shapes. Generally, there is a slight difference in shape. We have to, when the laminates first came out, we started realizing we have to cut more and more shape into them because they don't get deeper as the wind increases. Dacron sails are semi-elastic.
They'll stretch.
They stretch more than you'd imagine.
So these will not stretch at all?
Laminate sails stretch out, and Dacron sails stretch out, laminate sails shrink. They actually shrink a lot.
Because of the heat?
No,
exposure to the sun?
A couple of things. First of all, they're pulled, extruded, and they extrude it down to a certain point, and they stretch it to get the thinness they want. And then they glue it together, and then as you crumple them up, or they get crumpled up in the normal luffing and handling and everything else, it's like crumpling up a piece of tin foil. It never wants to recover to the same size again, so it keeps sucking up. And then we just have the natural, that the materials were stretched down to the size and where they kind of recover a little bit.
Okay. Would you find yourself recommending these kind of laminate sails to anybody?
No.
But except the racer?
Just racer.
Okay, because because it's much lighter weight.
Yeah, that was off a beach catamaran, off a getaway cat that we put in. Well,
That's something I've never done.
While you're racing, you're more focused.
True.
Your mind is working harder about everything going on. Yeah. So in a way, it's like working out. You know,
No, I agree.
You're kind of pushing yourself to the edge, and you're getting better at it.
Yeah, and
So you get your boat set up. It's nice seaworthy. Everything's right.
Yep.
You go a long ways.
I agree. Now, and I've only been cruising now for about 11 months. Yeah. I bought this boat almost 11 months ago, and about 1,500 miles behind me now. But
very common in the racing world. The guys have brought everything down to minimum weights and minimum standards that they actually the boat breaks in one way or another, and they can't finish all the races. So it's a different mindset.
Yeah, that's and the aggressiveness is not for me. So I'm done.
Let's see. This is panel 2, and that's panel 1. Mike will be putting this onto here, and that's the end of it. You caught it in time.
Oh, cool.
For the assembly portion. No. Well, right here, we're going to stick this edge right on this line. It's a nice, accurate pen line. And we use a pen line there, and Mike trims along that. And he can put the pen line on the pen line to make it as accurate as possible. Like I said, the knives have a tendency to bend and warp a little bit. So they'll be off by the 1 or 2 thicknesses on the pen, which actually, believe it or not, we sweat to make sure that you get it.
Well, I would think that'd be pretty damn hard to do, to get it set up to perfectly. But I guess I'm going to look forward to being amazed here.
These are your panels up there on the screen. So this is
BCS Y37.
table 1. You have panels 1, 2, and your very top panel. We try to maximize the
Well, it's just not wasting fabric, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
See how they overlap.
That is pretty cool.
That's 3, and this is 4. And this will be your, he's going to get them close together, but these will be your reinforcements. And
I'm with you. Where you double, triple the layers, yeah.
And we're not
At the
quite,
corner.
yeah.
At the
stack
vertices.
up and stagger the thicknesses to build the corners up.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I guess if you had to do that manually, you'd be wasting twice as much fabric.
Yeah, it'd be impossible actually. It'd take all day.
Oh, he's good. That is so cool. So Mike, if you missed, I mean, if you found out you're just a whisker off, and you're not, I'm not suggesting that you are. I'm saying, is it irrecoverable? Or have you just ruined 2 big...
No, you can pick this back up.
Oh, okay.
You can put it back up. Actually, we will do that because sometimes the computer doesn't do the right math.
Oh.
So, not the right math, you can do that.
Oh, I'm with you. So maybe you laid out on the deck there and you realize it's just not right. So,
That's what we'll do now.
okay. Yeah. I'm going to stand here and look professional.
This is the machine that will be sewing your sail right here.
Okay, I'm looking at the Buccaneers thing.
Where's that bag from? Mike, there's a bag on your feet. No, take it.
So Tom, if I were going to buy one of these machines for my boat, what would you say to that?
Well, you have to have it made, and it comes from Australia, and with inbound freight and duty, you'd be looking about $32,000.
Ouch! That's more than my boat cost.
That machine weighs over close to 850 pounds. Because it's not a casting, it's all machined steel. This is all machined aircraft aluminum.
And this is my new mainsail. Not quite fully laid out. So you can see probably that the fabric comes in that width. I'll call that maybe 1.2 meters, 1.3, something like that. And that's what the fabric comes in, and it comes in the way it comes. And you can't, I'm sure you can order special fabric, but the fabric, he said, it comes from Germany. So you get what you get. It's on the market, and this is 8.4 ounce Dacron. It's very smooth and slippery. The wind's going to fly right off this, and that's good. But when it's not one big monolithic piece of fabric, of course. If you had a fabric that was in a roll that wide, I guess you could make it monolithic, but you'd waste so much of it. Okay, and so this was right on a cut line, and he cut it, so he lays them out on the table and then takes the scissors and cuts it, and then we use a tape to tape the panels together. So they call these panels, and the panels are right now just taped together with pretty impressive looking tape. It's like a peeling stick, and so they stick them together. Then Tom is going to inspect it. He's going to inspect it for things like making sure the reef points, that's a reefing hole, that's where one of the reef lines is going to go. It's hard to see this on the camera, honestly. There's another one, and there should be another one downstream somewhere. There's another one. So that would be reef 1. Reef 2 is going to be here. So that's where reef 2 is going to be. And then you can see the reefing points that are going to be here. So you'll end up seeing grommets cut through there. Mike is in the back right now arranging the small pieces to reinforce where the holes are going to be. I'll look at it. I'll take out an old sail that's laying out here in a minute and look. But then tomorrow the big $32,000 machine gets busy with a skilled operator and starts stitching this baby up. So Tom has already made the design. But the design is not limited to just, how long is that edge, how long is a foot, and how long is the leech. It's not that simple. Tom designs things like, well, how much reinforcement is needed at the seams, how much stitching is needed at the seams, at the reefing points, how much do you reinforce there? Because this is where the big stainless steel grommet's going to go. There'll be more in the center and on the other end. And that point is going to bear a lot of force when I'm reefed down the 2 reefs. Because I'll be in 2 reefs anytime I get into heavy, serious wind conditions. And the grommet on that end and the grommet on this end are going to bear all of the upward force. So just one layer of fabric won't cut it. And that, if I was a nuclear plant, we'd say that's a design feature. And it's one of the fundamental design functions of the sail, is to be able to bear whatever upward force that the sail is subjected to. So Tom has designed all that. I think. Oh, that's so cool.
We say it's more of a lifestyle than a career.
No, well, you both are sailing racers before? I mean, I assume you both love to sail?
Yeah.
I guess that's I suppose it's
Mike
possible.
does a lot of winning.
Really? Okay.
Got more trophies.
No, I've never really raced, so.
Maybe for Isla next week.
Oh, really? I just came up from there.
Did you?
I had a hell of a trip getting back. Oh,
Yeah, that's why we're missing one of our boats that we were supposed
Yeah,
to
we
be working
lost
on.
the order because you couldn't.
You couldn't get
Boat
out.
was in Progresso. It's farther west than some Harris.
Yep.
Big pier there. And
I've not been, but I know.
they started off and they tried to get across the Gulf. The weather was so bad. Fall of wind.
To me, it wasn't so much the wind, it was the swells. They just kicked my ass. I mean, in the Yucatan Channel there, between, Elis and Cuba, and just south there, like as if you're going to say go to the Cayman Islands, that was the worst seas I have seen ever since I was in the Navy. I mean, I've been off the North Cape of Norway when I was on the aircraft carrier, but that was different. I wasn't sailing.
Well, you probably had some current going against the trade winds there.
Oh yeah, it was awful. I mean, we had a really strong north wind that day, and the current was trying to move.
North wind against that current.
Yeah, it was just awful. And I was out there for 36 hours, and I just turned around and went back to Cancun.
Make those waves stand straight up and down.
Well, yeah, and it seemed like I was getting swell from the east and from the north.
Get that shape out of there.
See, I don't see anything wrong, but I'll trust you guys.
Well, this is so close to the top of the sail, the computer wants to drop in shape in the seam, and your head patch is going to come past it. So if you put shape in the seam, put a flat patch on it, there is a hint of shape. They might argue with each other, so really don't. The head will get deep enough on its own.
So, Tom, about how many layers of fabric would you have right at the head? I mean, by the time you're done?
It's about 70 ounces of material.
70? That's like 10, almost this. Well, I could have stayed in the loft for hours because I thought it was fascinating. I was very impressed with what they do. So that's Sail Technologies, and that was Tom Berry and Mike in there, and I think they do a hell of a job. But they would have gotten sick of me if I kept staying and talking and asking questions, and they were not serving free beer. So I went back to the boat and got some more work done. But just over the last 4 days, I have now installed a new staysail and the new mainsail. And it took a little help to get the mainsail on because it's very, very stiff fabric, unlike the last one, which was like a damn Kleenex. So we got the main up and we got the staysail up, and really this ship is now ready to shove back off, and I'm very keen on getting moving. So at a very high level, the family event that I came to Tampa, St. Pete for is behind us, and I'm free to go as soon as this boat is ready to go. And we'll cover all that in the next episode. So take care, everybody. Enjoy. Bye.